Hello everybody, this is Curses here, and I decided I was going to quickly go over my arc build, my planned arc build for 2.1, because a lot of people are wanting to do an arc build, and I thought that I would go ahead and show you kind of what I have going. So, a quick overview on just the stats I have is obviously good life, and pretty good damage and really high cast speed. Alright, that's kind of the basics. It's going to be similar in some senses to a lot of other builds, but there's going to be some very specific things I'm doing. All right, so first of all, I'm pretty sure Witch is the best start for this. Quickly put cast speed, blah blah blah. Lightning Walker that can be dropped later in theory, whatever, it doesn't matter. Dual Socket Life. Dual Curse is really important, and Heart of Thunder is, besides Dual Curse, Heart of Thunder is the highest damage node on the tree for a lightning build. So it's just kind of this pathing. It looks kind of weird, but I found this to be the most efficient. Going into Templar, get more cast speed, very important for Arc, and obviously life and endurance charges I'll talk about later. Scion Health Wheel, another endurance charge, unwavering. It's not too special. This is mostly just spec defense. This is all defense right here. This is a bit of offense, and this is the bulk of the offense on the tree right here. I have 5 jewel sockets, which will all be some combination of life, spell damage, and cast speed. So the build has quite a bit of life. Now let's quickly go over gear. All right, so just gonna kind of quickly go over what we have here. I'm going to be probably using an Agnerod South staff. However, I could use a Pledge of Hand staff, and there is a third option, which I'll show you in a moment. We don't know what Agnerod West is going to have on it, but Agnerod South is max lightning res, which is really nice. If Agnerod West is a more offensive option, then I may just choose that. And then Pledge of Hands is, of course, great because it gives you an extra link. So right now would be let's talk about the links that I'm going to be running. Arc, Spell Echo, Faster Casting, and then Blood Magic, because I'm not going to cast this on mana. And then the next 2 links are Controlled Destruction and Iron Will. So that means no faster casting, right? That's one reason why I need so much cast speed on the tree. If I was using a Pledge of Hands, I could throw in either faster casting or an Empower. The third staff option I'll show you in a moment. But yeah. So going to the next thing, I'll be running a Calm's Heart chess piece. This could change for Lightning Coil, especially since Agnerod South gives you max lightning res. But Calm's Heart is in general what I'm going to be doing. It's great life. There's arguments against it, but I think it's probably one of the more solid ways to do it. And Dweedree's Damning, +1 curse. You could do it with Wind Screams, but movement speed's kind of slow. So, yeah. And also, you could get a +1 curse amulet, but I didn't want to plan for that because I wanted to plan on using a talisman. Whatever. Alright, let's quickly go back to the tree and show you the extra option for a weapon. So, a staff with this, but with one other thing. So this is an entirely crafted staff. You can roll one, and you can roll +3 deterministically now with specific master crafting mods, and then you multi-mod the cast speed, the lightning damage, and one more thing, which this doesn't actually allow you to multi-mod, but Vaughan allows you to have gems, and this item are supported by level 1 blood magic. So that makes your staff a 7 link, right? Because I need blood magic anyway, so that covers one of my links. So the extra 2 links on here would be multi-mod and blood magic. And then my because it's a 7 link, I don't actually put faster casting, and I put an empower because I have +3 already. That would get my gem level to like 26 or something. So that would be the general idea. This is the highest damage kind of late game staff that you would end up running. Yeah. And I have all my other links planned on the build. So, okay. I guess the more important thing is, why do I have +3 curse? Sorry, I got kind of confused there for a moment. Why do I have 3 curses, right? And it's because I'm going to be running Blasphemy. I'm going to be using Blasphemy on 3 curses, right? So to kind of discuss the playstyle of this build, I'm going to jump into the middle of the pack. I'm going to try using Leap Slam with Fortify, but if I find that it doesn't feel good because the attack speed's too low, it will be tied to faster casting. But if the attack speed's too low, then I'll just swap to Lightning Warp. But I'll be jumping into a middle of a pack, and then I'll be holding right click. And those are all the buttons on the build. For spells, you obviously have your flask still. But I'll be jumping into a pack, holding right click. So my Blasphemy is going to be affecting virtually everything. And I'm going to be Blaspheming Conductivity and LA Weakness. Huge damage boosts, right? Also, it should be noted that Agnerod South has 20 Lightning Pin on it, plus 1 Lightning Gems. So that means that my Lightning Pin in it is also an additional level. So you're talking 59 Lightning Pin coming from Agnerod South, as well as having 3% off the tree. So that puts you at 62 Lightning Pin. And then we look at LA Weakness and LA Weakness and Conductivity. I have like very little curse effectiveness. I have see what do I have? I have 5, 10. I have 10% curse effectiveness. So this is 44%, and elemental weakness is 39%. So we're talking 44 plus 39 times 1.1. So 93 reduced resistance. And then assuming they weren't capped to begin with, then they're also going down another 62. And I'll be reducing their resistances by 153.3 passively. So that is one of the reasons I'm running Agnerod, because it makes it so that there's literally nothing I fight is going to have resistance against me. Even if it's a Lightning Res LE Equilibrium map, the most res a monster can possibly have against me is 12, because it doesn't matter how overcapped they are, penetration always reduces the resistance. So the plan is to run Blasphemy with Conductivity and LA Weakness, and then what's the third one, right? Well, I told you that I'm only hitting 2 buttons. I'm right click, or my arc, am I jumping into the pack? So how am I getting endurance charges? Warlord's Mark, right? Blasphemy Warlord's Mark gives me a ton of leech, and it gives me free endurance charges. So those are the 3 curses I'm going to be using. So jump into the pack, hold right click. What's going to be in my helmet is going to be a cast when damage taken sequence with a golem, and then probably, I haven't 100% decided this, but probably like Molten Shell, and then Arctic Armor in there too as my 4th aura. Because I'll always be standing still, so I'll get the benefits from Arctic Armor. And then boots are going to be my movement skill. I need it tied to Blood Magic, so if it's Lightning Warp, then it's Lightning Warp, faster casting, reduced duration, Blood Magic. If it's Sleep Slam, then it's Sleep Slam, Fortify, faster attacks, Blood Magic. Either way. So that's kind of the build in a nutshell. I think that this is going to be probably the best version, but I mean, we don't know for sure. But I think this is going to be the best version of the Arc build. So many people are doing Arc builds. I was actually playing on an Arc build before I saw the buff, so it's actually kind of nice that they buffed the skills I'm going to be using. But I do think this is probably the best iteration of the Arc build, only because it has as much, if not more, damage than any of the Iron Will builds that I've seen, as well as having roughly equal life, as well as having tri-cursing. And the point is everything on this build is automatic. If you paid attention to my Incinerate build, you saw that that's very much the same thing. In my Incinerate build, it was a 2-button build besides my Vol skill and my flasks. So I don't like hitting a whole lot of buttons in my builds. So anyway, thank you guys very much for watching, and if you liked the video, then thumbs it up. I will try to get this build geared decently within the first week. I will be streaming from launch at least 12 hours that day. I'll be streaming all weekend, quite a bit, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, at my stream under the same title as my YouTube channel. So, thank you guys very much for watching.